Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today I will be doing the mid-year book freakout tag. Now I know I don't have a lot of the books that I've picked for these prompts with me. I've actually packed up a lot of them because I'm kind of in the middle of getting ready to move, and I just have so many books that it's easier right now for once I've read them to put them in a box and put them downstairs than to keep them on my shelf. So I will be holding up like this, my hand if I don't have it, and hopefully I will learn how to pop a picture up right here. If not, this is going to be really awkward and it probably won't see the light of day. With that, we're going to get started on the first prompt. So the first prompt is best book you've read so far in 2023. So I'm not going to lie, I cheated on this prompt. I picked a couple and one of them I don't have with me, but it's gonna count. I feel like I've read a lot of really good books in 2023 so far, surprisingly. I think the beginning of this year actually started off on a really high note for me. I think I had a couple 5-star reads. So I'm just gonna do a couple of my favorites. So we're gonna do the most obvious one if you've watched my last vlog first, which is Fourth Wing by Rebecca Yarros. I gave this 5 stars and I loved every second of it. This is probably my favorite fantasy so far this year, by far. And then I also did a romance one. So my favorite so far has been From Luke Off with Love by Mariana Zapata. I rated this one 5 stars as well. And I just loved it so much and it just took me by surprise, and I don't know. It made me really appreciate slow burns for what they are. And then I wanted to do a thriller one too, but all of my thrillers that I've read are packed up. So for my, well, I guess it's not really a thriller. It's more of horror, but I'm just going to throw it all in the same category because why not? So the other one was How to Sell a Haunted House by Grady Hendrix. I guess I could just show you the cover, if that's enough. Grady Hendrix. Me trying to get this camera to focus. This was more of like a horror read, but it was so good. And I'm not one to read scary books at all, but gave this one a chance and I really loved it. Highly recommend. The next prompt I have is the best sequel you've read so far in 2023. And for this one, it's really hard for me because when I think of sequels, I mainly think of like fantasy books, I guess. Because a lot of romance novels, I don't think they're technically like sequels. They're companion novels, right? I don't know. I could be wrong, but I am taking the companion novel route on this. So the first one, I picked 2 for this prompt. The first one that I picked might ruffle some feathers. I guess it doesn't have to be better than the first book, right? I don't know. But I have Play With Me by Becca Mack. I absolutely loved this book so much. I think I rated it 5 stars, and I think I rated the first one, which was Consider Me, 4 stars, which I know is a little controversial because I know people loved Consider Me and I still loved it. I just love Play With Me more. But this is the cover that I have of it. It is a hockey romance, and if you've read the first book, which is Consider Me, it is in that same friend group, and it is the main guy from the first book. It's his sister's book technically. Water break. So continuing on with that prompt, although this isn't, okay, me having like a technicality on every single prompt is, I apologize. But I guess this isn't technically a sequel. It's not like a companion novel either. It's just about the brothers. So Archer's Voice is about Archer Hale, and then later on Mia Sheridan decided to write about Travis, who is Archer's brother, because so many readers requested it. But technically, if you look it up on Goodreads, it doesn't connect the two as like a series. So I don't know if this counts or not, but I'm putting it, and it's Travis by Mia Sheridan. I love this book so much, and I think Travis redeemed himself. I love Haven in this. She really carried the story. She's just a plant-loving girl, and she was so chill, and I don't know. They were just so cute together. Highly recommend. I thought this wasn't recorded for a second. I was worried. So the next prompt is a new release you haven't read yet, but you want to. And this is an easy pick for me. I picked Divine Rivals by Rebecca Ross. I have seen so many posts about this book, and all I know about it is that it's like two rival journalists that like find love through magic. I don't know. The whole like idea and premise of it though has me very interested, and I've yet to see a bad review on it. So I definitely want to get to this soon, this year for sure. I did just realize this is the first book in a series though. So if anyone's read this, can you let me know if it has a cliffhanger ending or if I'm good to read this? So the next prompt is most anticipated release for the second half of 2023. I would have to say that it's Iron Flame by Rebecca Yarros. It's the second book after Fourth Wing, and I just need it because I need answers. I need to know what's going on. I am now addicted to the series. So, but there's no cover for me to show. The cover hasn't been revealed yet or anything like that. I do have it pre-ordered, so I'm ready to go when it is released. So the next prompt is the biggest disappointment. I haven't had too many disappointing reads, so this one was kind of harder for me to pick. I feel like any of the books I've rated low, it's like 3-star ratings. So it's still not really low. Because in my eyes, 3 stars can go either way. Like you either liked it, just not enough to rate it really high, or you didn't like it, but not like super hated it. So there's really only one book that came to mind when I saw this prompt, and it's The Verifiers by Jane Peck. I feel like saying I was disappointed about this book is kind of a lie because I didn't go into it with high hopes. It was a book club pick, and I don't know, I haven't heard much about this book going into it, so I hadn't had very high hopes on it. So it didn't really disappoint me much, but I only rated it a 2.5, and I think that might be the lowest rated book for me this year. Biggest surprise is the next prompt, and I just know you're gonna get sick of hearing about this book if you're not already. But my biggest surprise was Fourth Wing by Rebecca Yarros. Are we surprised? No. Well, I was originally. But are you surprised hearing about it now? No, you're not. And I will leave it at that, and I will quickly move on from this prompt. I'm sorry. So the next one is new favorite author, and I would say I have a couple, but without a doubt my top favorite for this year has been Elsie Silver. And I have all 4 that are out right now of this series, but it completely took me by, I don't want to say by surprise after I just answered the surprise one. I don't know, it just wasn't what I was expected. Cowboy romances just usually aren't for me, and this just really stood out. I really loved her writing. Writing style makes it so easy to read. She's definitely become one of my auto-buy authors. Yeah, she writes it, I buy it. Newest Fictional Crush is the next tag. Obviously I'm going to say Zayden from Fourth Wing. You know, honorary mention. I literally just finished this book, so that might not be fair, but it is what it is. I'm sorry. I think if I had to pick another fictional crush, I would, off the top of my head, I would pick Garrett Anderson, who is the main guy in Play With Me by Becca Mack. I loved him. Even though he is a blonde love interest, I love him. I don't care. I'm so sorry. The next prompt is a book that made you cry. So, Fourth Wing, and I would say Heartless by Elsie Silver. Those two for sure made me cry. Definitely Fourth Wing. Fourth Wing, I bawled my eyes out. And Heartless, I definitely teared up a couple times. The next prompt is a book that made you happy. And the last book that gave me that like super happy feeling that I don't know, made you feel like all bubbly and warm inside was Maggie Moves On by Lucy Score. I just finished this a couple weeks ago. I could not put it down. It was so good. I loved Silas and Maggie was so cute and I loved the dog. It was just great. The next prompt is the most beautiful book you've bought this year. I would have to say I really love the Divine Rivals cover. I think it's super cute. It's a special edition one. And then it has really pretty edges. It's also on the inside that's like this. I don't know. I think the whole thing is just really, really pretty. And then once you open it, there's like character art, people saying. I just love this one so much. It's so pretty. I also got this one and it's Silver in the Bone by Alexandra Bracken. It looks like this. Once again, pretty sprayed edges. And then the outside cover I really love, like the actual naked cover. So pretty. Haven't read it yet. Don't ask me what it's about. And the last and final prompt is, what books do you really need to read by the end of this year? Honestly, there's only one book that really comes to mind, and I finally found it so I can add it in because I have the physical copy again, and I will read it soon, which it's going to be Imagine Me by Tara Mafi. I was supposed to read this, I think, I don't know, a couple months ago, but I lost it. I could not find the physical book to save my life, and I stopped Kindle Unlimited. Not that I don't believe it's on there. I could be wrong. But I finally found it, and I will be reading it soon. I promise I will get it done. If you made it this far, thank you for watching. If you've read any of these or you want to answer any of the prompts, comment down below your answers. That's super cool. I will gladly respond to them. I definitely like hearing other people's perspectives on things or like what their answers may be. I think it's cool to hear. But I appreciate you watching, and I will see you all in the next one. See you guys.